How to develop your feminine savvy. Here we are again exploring that feminine fantasy story that I told you about. But yes, I am very much talking about femininity now as we evolve into swans, because my angels, it is time for us to put away our ugly duckling years and ugly duckling thoughts and ugly duckling ways and really begin to swim with the swans. If you're watching this video, then you are ready to swim with the swans. You see that there is a community of amazing women that look like you, that look exactly the way you want to be. This is where you join the feminine revolution. I will be having a launch of the new brand of Black Swan, and you, my darling one, are invited. So save the date for the 19th of June 2021. And of course, if you check the description link below, by the time this video is up, you will be able to get your free tickets. And of course, we'll be joined by the very awesome and masculine RC Blakes, who's going to be sharing a word or two with us on the day, and of course prizes and exciting things. So do check the description box below or send me an email at chengisworld.co.uk and get in touch. Let's have a discovery call, whatever you need to do. But I look forward to seeing you on the 19th of June at 7 p.m. BST. Woo-hoo. Okay, so what does a woman with feminine savvy do? Who is she? How do you develop your feminine savvy? How do you get it together? Okay, a feminine woman, of course, invests in herself. One of the things that I find with my ladies, especially when I have a discovery call and we start to work together, or even prior, or even you, my darling angels, wants to be, is this feeling that you have to serve everybody, that you have to invest in everybody, that you have to make sure everybody has what they need, but you never really quite feel deserving to have somebody serve you. Okay, and to really invest in yourself, to invest some time, some money in yourself. See, buying things is not investment in you. It is when we invest in our minds, our hearts, and our spirits. Taking the time to read books that develop us, taking time to watch videos that develop us, and also making that bold and courageous step to make a call, to speak to a coach, to just pinpoint those areas where you might be missing the mark. For some of you girls, you just probably need to just hone in on one area, or perhaps you think, I've been trying the feminine thing, but I'm not quite getting it. Book a call. This is how you invest in yourself. It's not going to make a difference to the coach. It's a difference in your life, because the coach already knows the stuff they're teaching you. So when we want to develop our feminine savvy, first we need to adopt the mindset that we matter. That yes, the bills and the things that we have to be responsible for, and maybe perhaps some of us are single moms and we have to be responsible for our young ones, and we have to be responsible maybe for an aging parent. We're perpetually being responsible for everybody else. But at some point we've got to come to the decision and to the conclusion that we matter. Okay? And so investing in yourself should be perpetually something that you are doing. Number 2, don't leave anything to chance. Feminine savvy women don't leave anything to chance. They're highly strategic. Listen, in order to be perceived specifically the way that you are and want to be perceived, you cannot be random. You cannot randomly wake up. You cannot randomly wear that. You cannot randomly show up here. You cannot randomly post that. You cannot randomly do anything. Everything about a feminine savvy woman, a high value feminine savvy woman, is that she is strategic. She thinks through her processes. She thinks through her words before they come out of her mouth. She doesn't just leave her love life to chance, cross her fingers and hope for the best. She's strategic. She learns, she grows, she invests in her learning about relationships around men. She's perpetually, forever preparing, not waiting. Okay, number 3, she ditches complaining. There is no feminine savvy woman that's always complaining. Complaining about the men these days, complaining about, how the dating world has changed, and complaining about this and complaining about that. Complainers are the world's losers. Listen, the world is never going to turn around and become different because you're upset with it. And complaining has never manifested the life that you crave and desire. It never has, and it never will. Complaining brings about more and more of what you complain about. A high value, feminine, savvy woman knows that complaining is a complete waste of her time. She's forever finding solutions to problems, saying, okay, that might be some women's problems. Maybe it has been my problem, but I am evolving into a black swan, okay? And the rules change for swans. They change for black swans, okay? Number 3, she ditches insecurity. Listen, I know some of us think being insecure is cute. I just feel so like I don't deserve it. It's actually not cute. It's very, very low value. Pity parties and poor me, nobody ever helps me. Now I know it sounds almost mean, but this comes from a woman who had to be a single mom with no family support. None. My friends were in London, I was in another city, and everything was on me, keeping a roof over our head, making sure we ate, making sure that everything was supposed to be. I worked my back off. I had 2 jobs at a time. I was that hardworking single mom making it happen, but never did I complain. Never did I say it's a bad world. I just knew that I wasn't prepared to have the single mom narrative of struggling. I was going to give my child a home, a beautiful home. I was going to give him the best life I could, and I was going to make the sacrifices that were necessary. And now I have a 15-year-old young man that I'm super, super proud of, and makes me know that those decisions were right. But if I'd sat around complaining, if I'd sat around waiting for the government or somebody to look after me, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. You choose to be the woman you are when you have nothing to support her, when you have nothing in your world to say you can be. This is what makes the black swan. You're part of a demographic, a statistic. Everybody expects you to be this thing, but actually one decision to be something else, to show up in your best self instead of complaining, will cause you to be that beautiful black swan gliding across the waters in a village where they never knew, ever believed that such a thing existed. So ditch the insecurity and become more confident. Number 5, date multiple people. Now, people, please don't let me keep repeating this. Dating is not for you to have sex. I am not asking you to go and have sex with multiple people. I am not asking you to go and give your heart away to multiple people. This is all very low value energy. Clingy, needy, anxious energy is not high value. I'm asking you to meet more men, socialize with more men, and accept evenings out with them, daytimes out with them, so you can learn how to show up and give yourself options. Because you might be getting on with guy number 1, might be great for like 3 months, and then he decides to bow out of the race, and now you're heartbroken. But if you're seeing other guys and you're doing it with integrity, behaving like a lady, and being open and honest when you are asked, are you dating other people? Yes, I'm having fun dating and getting to know other people. Oh, I'd love you to start. Oh, no, I don't really like it. Well, make me an offer I cannot refuse. Okay, we're not here to the feminine savvy woman is not here to give herself away free to the guy that moans the most or demands the most. She's not interested in whether he is happy with it or not. She's interested in what he can offer her so that she can be exclusively his and say goodbye to all her other options. Right? This is how you are a feminine savvy woman. Next, the feminine savvy woman understands that her body is sacred. Feminine energy dwells within the body realm. Feminine energy is something that happens neck down. It is about the heart, it is about the womb, and really it is about our reproductive organs and our sexual organs. It's not about the organ itself, but the placement of our hearts and our wombs, okay, and our pleasure. Okay, as feminine women, we are in tune with our bodies. We're constantly in there exploring and understanding what's going on in them. And that's why we don't easily give them over to a sweet talking man who maybe paid for a few dinners and brings us gifts. if you're lucky for some of us, we don't just hand over our body to just anybody. The feminine woman understands how divine her body is, that within this body dwells her deepest and most sacred being, herself, and that she doesn't hand it over. Okay. Number 7, never be afraid to lose a guy. A feminine, savvy woman is not sitting around thinking, oh God, I'm going to lose him if I don't do what I'm told. If I don't say yes, if I don't tolerate his nonsense, then he's going to go. Your aim is not to keep a guy. It is to qualify that man by showing up as an amazing, incredible woman that has so much to offer a man, and qualifying to see that he has the same traits and is prepared to meet you where you are. It's not about please keep me. When we have a please keep me, we can definitely never ever be high value. So never be afraid to walk away from a man. I don't care if he's everything you've ever wanted, dreamt. I don't care if he's 7 foot tall and is the richest man on the earth, or whatever it is that you desire. If he doesn't treat you like the feminine, amazing woman that you are, if he doesn't make you feel good, and if he makes you feel uncomfortable and makes you feel unloved, then this man is not for you. Number 8, ditch the victim. It's time to stop blaming all of your relationship problems on the men. It's time for you to stop blaming all of your relationship problems on the dating world. It's time for you to stop blaming everybody else and not taking responsibility. One of my biggest bugbears ever in the whole world is a person who simply refuses to take responsibility, a person who perpetually has reasons for being less than they were created to be. There is no excuse, and nobody who becomes great and evolves into something wonderful did it in the best, most optimal circumstances. Every single person that we admire and look up to did it in the same pressure, under the same pressure, with the same difficulties. They may have been different, manifested different, but they had to overcome multiple things. There is no such thing as being born a highly evolved, wonderful person with confidence. We build ourselves up. We take journeys to that place and refuse to accept certain mindsets. And I cannot and will not tolerate people, women who want to be feminine, who want the best that life has to offer and are prepared to do nothing but stay the same and be a victim. Have a million people to blame. Listen, life happens. The world has a mean, awful people in it. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that, angel. But what we can do is change the meaning we put on what happens to us. Use the opportunity to heal, to grow, to be better, and to help other people so they don't have to suffer. Not spend time trying to really be clear about how much of a terrible little victim we are. Secondly, high value, feminine, savvy women don't give third, second, fourth chances to men who clearly show them that they are incapable of cherishing them for their feelings. If a man shows up in such a way that he ghosts you and disappears when you are in a relationship or starting off a relationship, then comes back with his nonsense and you don't check him, a second chance is all a man gets. A third, fourth, fifth chance, no. Because a high value feminine woman is not out here trying to give losers a chance at heaven. She's really here to find a man that has worked on himself, works for himself, in order for their energies to meet, to have resonance. Please stop wasting time with men that are clearly showing you by their actions and sometimes by their words too, that they're simply not prepared to invest in you at the level that you require for you to feel comfortable and safe in your feminine energy. And last but not least, a feminine, savvy woman understands something. It's not her job to devalue the masculine. The feminine woman adores the masculine, values the masculine, and is respectful towards the masculine. But of course, she needs to be able to identify what masculine is, because many women don't actually know what masculine is. A masculine man is a man that has mastered the ability to love. Masculine energy is the most loving, giving, protecting, and cherishing energy. And when you are with that man, you can't help but submit. Lower your guard, lean back, and let him take the wheel, because you know that he is safe. A feminine energy savvy woman knows how to let the masculine take the lead. She knows how to say, you take the lead, I'll sit back and see where you're gonna take us, daddy. She celebrates the masculine. She doesn't spend time emasculating and yelling and screaming about men. You will never attract into your life what you hate. You will always repel the things you hate, and you will always attract the things you love. If a truly high-value masculine man is your desire, then spend time really understanding what true masculine energy is and honoring it and respecting it as you should. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I look forward to seeing you at the launch of the Black Swan. And if you'd like to speak to me one-to-one, do not hesitate to go to my website, chengisworld.co.uk/shop, and get yourself a Black Swan moment. Follow me on my Instagram and my Facebook, where we will be launching the rebrand. I'm so excited to be able to invite you into the evolution of what we here in this community have become. So do book that call. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye now.